That's my favourite version of that song by the South Australian Primary Schools Orchestra. I'm glad that there's barricades here, that's handy. No stage diving tonight. My name's Colin here, and I was born on the southwest coast of Scotland. I was very happy there. I had number 14 in the season ticket for the swimming pool. It's very optimistic to have an outdoor swimming pool on the southwest coast of Scotland. One day my daddy came home. He said, right, we're off to Australia. I said, is that a long way, Daddy? He says, oh yes. It's about as far as you can go before you have to start coming back again. So off we went in a big ship. It takes 4 weeks. We arrived on the 13th of June 1967, my mammy's birthday. It was cold that day. It was raining. It was all misty. And there was a lone bagpiper playing on the pier. It was just like Scotland. As a matter of fact, when the ship pulled into Port Melbourne, I heard this Glasgow voice say, "Well, they turned the fucking boat around." I didn't go back to Scotland for 16 years. But when I did, I was king of the world. In my own mind. I went to an old school. And I walked down the corridor. I was weeping tears of joy. The choir was singing. I thought they were singing for me, but they weren't. They were just singing. Because they're a choir. That's what choirs do. And I walked out into the playground, and I was standing looking up at the sky, remembering all those cold Scottish winters. And a wee boy on a bike rode up to me. He stopped. He just looked up and said, "Are you Colin here?" I said, "Yes, I am." And he just fucking rode off. Don't go out in the night. Even though you know the time. Someone always wants to fight. When that lion on the ground, watching on the lion in the sun. In my ears, see the ocean roaring, like our good Mediterranean suns. I travel home. Soaks me to my skin. I duck into this public house, get shuttered by the din. I sail across the sea, my family and me. Never I knew if I'd return. In my memory I yearn. Here we are once again, my friends, and the whiskey's flowing as the cold night air descends. southern skies, call myself a fool for what we can realize. 4 hymns are better than yin. There are some people that get named. This round the world I've been, no 2 places are the same. I dream I'm lying in the sun. In my ears see the ocean roaring, like all good wayfaring sons. I travel home, some more good stories. I build them up through time. They'll all become a pack of lies when I'm beyond my prime. Oh my, 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 oh my, my, oh. Oh my, 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 oh my, 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 oh my, 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 oh my, 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 very much. Glasgow Town. This is that was a song called Wayfaring Sons from an album of mine called Wayfaring Sons. It's successful nowhere in the world, except for Brazil. It's fucking massive in Brazil, just the one country. It's weird having a successful record just in one place. Better than no place, but it is strange nonetheless. It came out in 1990, and I was primed for success. I had a big tour of 40 different places around the world ready to go. The record came and went with a whisper, except for Brazil. I only did 2 shows that year, one at the Esplanade Hotel in St Kilda in Melbourne, and the other one was to Rock in Rio. One was to 150 people, and the other one was 150,000 people. And I had a t-shirt guy ready to go and everything, ready to do the t-shirts for all these 40 gigs, and I never had the heart to tell him that the gigs, that the tour was cancelled. So I just did the t-shirts anyway. And my name's not that complicated, you know, it's just got 3 letters in it, but I still managed to kind of replace the Y with a T. So it was Colin Hay Band World Tour. There's only Colin Hat Band World Tour. There's only 2 gigs on it. The saddest t-shirt in the world. Everybody wanted one. Everyone likes to feel sad now and again. So here we are. I'm going to play a hit. I can't hear anything you're saying, by the way, but these things in my ear. So it's pointless fucking yelling out, you know. Usually I like these people around you. They're very much fucking down, but they're interested in what you have to say. I'll definitely hear myself in here the way I fucking like it. I play one of the hits by my old band, you know, because some people come for the hits. And that's fair enough. Some reason think I'm fucking remotely interested in still playing them. I haven't really been interested in playing them since 1984. But I still play them, you know, so I'm not a fucking idiot. These are people. I was never a drinking man when I was young. You know, a lot of people start drinking early. I didn't start till I was like 26 or 27. I was a lover of the weed. notable silence here. But yeah, that was a big thing in the late 70s. I suppose the whole of the 70s, but was the strong Buddhist sticks and what they call Sumatran tripping grass and stuff like that. And then when I wrote all the Men at Work hits that I wrote, I wrote very stoned on marijuana. And I'm not trying to condone the use of it by any means if there's any young impressionable people here in the audience, but I'll tell you what, it certainly worked for me. I'd like to think I could have written it straight, I'll never find it more now. That's fucking handily put, that thing there, just out of reach. Chairs don't really she was telling a union thing. Yeah, so we were rehearsing one day, and our friend Gate came around. You don't know Gate. He was a friend of ours. We were rehearsing there in 1979, and he brought around this wee spliff of what he called Sumatran tripping grass, and we smoked it, like really whacked. And we wrote the song Down by the Sea from the first Men at Work album, which is, it's about the sea down in Saltboats, actually. It's not really. Yes, everyone thinks, it's written about the big Australian oceans. It's written about a wee fucking shiny shore. Yeah, but anyway, we smoked this wee spliff, and we wrote Down by the Sea. It was originally 4 hours and 40 minutes long. I could have gone on longer, but you get a bit hungry, don't you? So we won a Grammy. We won a Grammy in 1982 for Best New Artist. That was like 30 years ago. I can't wait to see what happens next. And I remember watching, I was a bit whacked. I was watching we'd had a wee bit of a split. I was watching Ray Charles and Jerry Lee Lewis and Little Richard play a trio on the stage. And Little Richard ran off the stage after he finished playing. He just ran straight up to me and he goes, "How was that?" And I went, "Oh, you were great." He goes, "No, it's great. Could you feel me? Could you feel me?" And at that point, I felt very white. I'm Protestant. It's very strong. Jerry Lee Lewis was walking on with his hand, with his arm on his manager's shoulder. Now his manager looked exactly like a manager should. He had silver hair and a silver suit like a fox. He was just walking along. And Jerry Lee had his hand on his shoulder, and he was just walking along behind him going, "How was that?" And his manager's going, "You was beautiful, Jerry Lee, you was beautiful." "How was that?" "He was beautiful, Jerry Lee, he was beautiful." "How was that?" "He was beautiful, Jerry Lee, he was beautiful." And he came to our door and he smelled something and he goes, "Because you guys is evil." I thought, fuck, that's the pot calling the kettle black. Jerry Lee. A couple of fucking miles going back and forth. So yeah, okay, well, here's this tune, and yeah, we won this Grammy, and I was thinking about it the other night. I was watching Lance Armstrong on the television, saying, yeah, I took all those drugs and then he took all the medals off him, and I thought, fuck, I wonder if I have to give him a Grammy back. There's a bit at the end you can sing along if you feel like it, Saturday night, Who can it be knocking at my door? Go away, don't come on here no more. Can't you see that it's late at night? I'm very tired, I'm not feeling right. All I wish is to be alone. Stay away, don't you invade my home. Best out for you, hang outside. Don't come in, I'll only run and hide. Who can it be now? 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 Who can it be knocking at my door? Make no sound, tiptoe across the floor. If he hears, he'll knock all day. I'll be trapped, and here I'll have to stay. I've done no harm, I keep to myself. There's nothing wrong with my state of mental health. I like it here with my childhood friend. Here they come, the spillers again. Who can it be now? 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 Is it the man come to take me away? Why do they follow me? It's not the future that I can see. It's just my fantasy. To tell you what is in my mind. So here I sit since last October. Sometimes it feels as if that I am mocking time. I'm doing my best at staying sober. If you were to say to me, what is it that you want to be? I surely don't know, never seen my little soul. It's only dream time, Glasgow. I'd love to sit and talk. There's a lot I have to know. I can't stay here and be happy. I'll buy you one drink, my friend, then I have to go. For I have a wife and family. I had to walk, stop on my way home. 3 more places that I'll never roam. And meanwhile today, it is here that I will stay, doing dream time Glasgow. But I still believe, I still believe. Dreamt I was drowning in the Clyde, fell off the docks and into the rising tide. Then I realized as I opened up my eyes, it's only dream time Glasgow. Then I realized as I opened up my eyes, it's only dream time Glasgow. It's only dream time Glasgow. Yes, so never a drinking man, but I did take to it. It is up to water, as you do. I started drinking quite late. In my late 20s, I really kind of started to give it a hiding, you know. And as soon as I started to drink, I realised I was an alcoholic. It's true. Which is a drag in a way, you know, because it's the kind of thing you want to discover like 35 or 40 years after you start drinking. And you start to think you're like 70 years old, you think I might have a fucking problem here. As soon as I started, I thought, this is way too much. So I stopped by running away to America in 1991, left Australia, left all my alcoholic friends. They weren't very happy with me. What are you going to get in America for? This guy, you're not an alcoholic, right? This is not this. But I did. So, I've been in California since 1990, 1991, and I don't know if you've ever tried to stop drinking, but when you do, you have a lot of time on your hands. I used to wake up in the morning and do all the dishes and do all the laundry, sweep the leaves off the deck. It was still about fucking 6:45 in the morning. Having breakfast and think, right now what? A lot of hours in the day. So I started to do this, you know, go out on the road and sing and play the guitar for the likes of your good selves. Just plotting and scheming, trying to figure out how to get back to the lofty peaks of superstardom. That was in 1991. I've got a long-term plan. It's good living in California, it's good living in Los Angeles, you know, because people like to bag it, you know, they think, oh, it's a fucking terrible place, but it's fantastic, you know, but you do take things for granted there sometimes. Like, you get off the plane at LAX and you drive north on La Cienega Boulevard and you might see fucking Batman walking along the road. And you don't think to yourself, fuck, that's weird. You just think, oh, there goes Batman. He lives here too. often wonder what that guy was thinking when he got up that morning, that Tuesday morning, and swung his legs out of bed and just thought, I'm thinking the fucking Batman outfit. A few things done. So, this is a song called, if I can tune this thing, called Beautiful World. Thanks for the wee clap. It's funny when you start a clap and nobody joins in, you've got a fucking decision to make, haven't you? That sounded to me like someone shoot me in the head. Right. So I could never sing this song without thinking of this guy I know in Los Angeles. He's a sound engineer. He came to work one night and his leg was all bandaged up. I said, "Fuck, what happened to you?" And he said he went for a holiday to Hawaii and he was just swimming in the shallows, singing my song. My, it's a beautiful world. I like swimming in the sea. Fucking shark, but... I spat him out too, which is fucking insult to injury, isn't it? It's one thing to eat by a shark, but been fucking spat out of it, rejection, you know. He said all he could think of doing was to swim to shore, and he kept on singing my song, and the shark was swimming along with him. I was looking at him, thinking, well, I might bite you again, but give us another couple of verses of that song. Imagine that, if, you know, I survived the shark attack. That's a fucking good story, that, to have in your last little stories. Just about trumps anyone I can think of. If anyone tells a story, you're thinking, you know what guys are like, standing around telling all their fucking bullshit stories, you know? He's got that one tucked up his sleeve, you know? I survived the shark attack, and he just slips that in second to last, just to fuck the last guy up. The last guy just goes on. But it's good though. I'm not trying to get anybody to stop drinking, by the way. But have you ever thought about it? And you think that maybe you should? Try it. It's not bad. My, it's a beautiful world. I like swimming in the sea. I like to go out beyond the white breakers, where a man can still be free, or a woman if you are one. I like swimming in the sea. My, it's a beautiful world. I like drinking Irish tea with a little bit of that Saint-Souchon. I like making my own tea. My, it's a beautiful world. I like driving in my car. I roll the top down sometimes, travel quite far. Drive to the ocean, stare up at the stars. I like driving in my car. All around is anger, automatic guns. There's death in large numbers, no respect for women, right little ones. Tried talking to Jesus, he just put me on hold. Said I've been swamped by calls this week. He could not shake his cold. Still this emptiness persists. Perhaps this is as good as it gets. You've given up the drink and those nasty cigarettes. Now leave the party early, peace with no regrets. Or watch the sun as it comes up, or watch it as it sets. Yeah, this is as good as it gets. My, it's a beautiful world. I like sleeping with Marie. She is one sexy girl, full of mystery. She says she doesn't love me, but she likes my company. For now, that's good enough for me. So my, it's a beautiful world. I like swimming in the sea. I like to go out beyond the white breakers, where a man can still be free, or a woman if you are one. I like swimming in the sea. Yeah. I can see your love come shining over and across the sea. Never was a light more blinding, ever watching over me. I walk into the swirling wind, carries me away. Back to where my life begins. Can you hear me say, I can see where you're hiding, and there's water over you. I know that you are pretending, and there's water over you. I'll walk beside you on the wall, oh so far away. You will catch me if I fall. Can you hear me say, love and all security, these are things you give to me. I can touch you when I'm dreaming, longing to the lonely night. Catch me when I wake up screaming, everything will be alright. And if I had to choose between meeting God or you, I would wake my king and queen. There's water over you. Love for all eternity. This and more you give to me. Thank you very much. I like these lights that are going on behind me. I don't usually have lights like that. It's very nice. It feels to me like every few seconds the fucking UFO lands behind me. It's quite a good feeling to be abducted. I live in a place called Topanga Canyon in California, which is where all the hippies went to live in the 70s. There are things there like psychic Thursdays. Happens on a fucking Wednesday. So in 1968, I was in a band called Deep Impression in Melbourne, and we left no impression at all, really. We had 3 fans, Kim, Janet and Bronwyn. And we would rehearse every Saturday in Peter's bungalow at the back of his house. You know, 4 of us, and like you do, playing in the band, trying to learn songs and get better. But then we'd look outside and we would see Kim, Janet and Bronwyn peering through the fence. And so we would just stop learning songs and we would play every song we knew because girls were watching. That was all we cared about. Nothing much changes over the years. But the drummer in that band is a guy called Peter, and he's still a friend of mine. And when he was about 22, he got sick, and he's been ill ever since. He has this autoimmune deficiency. And, well, I fucking hope he doesn't mind you telling you all about his problems. But he's still with us. But 3 years ago, I went back to Melbourne, and I called him up. I said, how are you doing? He says, well, apart from dying twice, I'm not doing too bad. I said, what happened? He says, well, I was in a coma for 9 days. I got taken to the hospital. I had this massive respiratory breakdown. And he said, they thought I was gone, you know. He said, nobody comes back from that. But it was such a fascinating story to me, you know. And I said, did you see a white light? He said, yeah. I said, you're going to tell me about it? He says, yeah. He told me about it. And I said, how did it feel? He said, it felt euphoric. I said, fuck, that's all right. I took that. He says, yeah, it's beautiful. He says, you don't want to worry about dying. He says, you know. He says, the lead up to it, he said, that's not so good, but once you're there, he says, you just want to go towards that light with all your being. I said, wow. I said, did you see beyond the white light? He said, yeah, I did. I said, you going to tell me about that? He said, yeah. And he told me about that. So there you go. So you missed what fucking happens after that. He said, don't worry. I said, is that it? Is that what you're going to say? He said, yeah, don't worry. He said, it's fine. He said, you don't want, as I said before, you don't want to worry about dying. He said, it just felt beautiful. And I thought, fuck, that's amazing. I just kept on thinking about it, you know. And I said, do you think you understand any more about life and death now you've gone through that experience? He said, no, not really. He said, I'm happy to live in the mystery. And I thought, that'll do me. So I wrote this song about it. It's called Gathering Mercury, and it's from this album of mine called Gathering Mercury. I keep making records because I'm very optimistic. I am optimistic, you know. When I get off an airplane at an airport, I always think there's going to be a guy standing there with a sign with my name on it. Even although I haven't fucking called anybody to. And somehow they will. But not so far.
I can hear a strange calling from behind the scenes. I could not
see. Until it's all over, gathering mercury. Till I cross over, one life is all I can see. Until it's all over, I'm gathering mercury. I'm gathering mercury. So, between the age of 5 and 14, I lived in Saltcoats. My mother and father had a music shop. So I live with my mother and father, my brother and sister, and it's a fantastic way to grow up, surrounded by pianos and guitars and drums and records, and never forget it. One day I came home from school and my old man was sitting in the shop and he was listening to a record. He goes, come here. He says, have a listen to these guys. They played me a track by the Beatles. He says, they're quite good. He says, the Beatles do well. And it just blew my mind, you know. And to the point where I said to him, can I be in the Beatles, Dad? He says, no, son, you can't be in the Beatles. Can I have a pony? I said, I can have a pony. I said, how much are they? He said, a penny. I thought to myself, that's very reasonable. But he was humouring me, as was his wont. He was very heroic, my father, as father should be, in big ways and small. You know, we went to the other side of the world, that was a big thing. It just blew our minds. I mean, it's just amazing. It's an amazing thing. Going to the other side of the world. All the accents are different. People used to say, what kind of accent had you got, man? Oh, it's a Scottish accent. No, you can't talk like that here, mate. Don't learn how to talk like us. So I learned how to speak like an Australian bloke, just to assimilate and get by, not get into too many fights. And after you say stuff, just leave your tongue out. How you going? Not everyone does it, but a surprising number of people do. You all right, mate? I was just down there for 5 weeks. It was fantastic. Seeing all my old friends and playing to audiences like this. It's really nice. I had a couple of days off and I went to the South Melbourne market, one of my favourite markets to go to. I was walking down the street and this guy stopped me and he goes, "Hey mate, anybody ever told you you look like that bloke Colin, hey?" I said, "Yeah, they have." And I said, "What's really weird is I said, I've got the same name as him." "Yeah, that is really fucking weird." People. So even in small ways, my father was good. You know, I just felt safe growing up. You know, which is a nice thing when you're in your house, when you're out in the street, you just feel safe and secure. You know, I remember walking home from school one day, and I had a blue blazer on, and there was these three guys walking towards me, and they had maroon blazers on. you know, and that meant that they would bash me. It was frightening and traumatic, but that's just the way it was, you know. It wasn't so much about the religion, it was just about the fucking Blazers. And I was sick of getting my head pushed into a hedge, you know, and the shit kicked out of me, you know. It just used to happen with kind of boring regularity. So I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll attack them first, they won't expect me. I was still scared, but I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll have a crack at it, you know. And I just ran at them, and I kicked the guy on the outside and just kept running. And they got an initial shock. But then they turned around and started to chase me. And I could feel them gaining on me, because I wasn't a very fast runner. I was really fucking stylish, but not very fast. I remember running along, looking in the shop windows, thinking, oh, you're looking good. Just run a bit faster. Then I looked down the street and I saw my father's car parked, and the passenger door was open. And he was just standing next to the door going. I just flew into the car. He says, not today, boys. Save my skin. So I wrote this song about my old man. Well, it's not actually about him. It's supposed to be sung by him. But he can't sing it because he's not here. Gone away. 3 years ago, I was playing on the river, on the ferry there. And what are the chances of that? You know, and that was the night he died. It's like some fucking bleak poem, you know. But 20 streets away from where he was born. Got back to the hotel, my sister called me. So, but he's a lovely man. And he's a good singer and dancer. He was on the stage when he was young, when he was 14 years old. And funny man. I called him on his 86th birthday. I says, happy birthday, Dad. He says, thanks very much. He said, I wish I was 80 again. I said, they were good times. He used to sing my songs to me. And on the way to the airport, he would give me a lift in Melbourne, you know, a few years ago anyway, not when he was sick, but, you know, he'd drive me to the airport, and he would croon my songs just because he thought it annoyed me, but it didn't annoy me at all. He would just sing them, and he'd go, I can get to sleep. He was singing the wrong words because he thought that annoyed me as well. I think about the complications. It's not complications. I know that. It's one of your songs, you know. I know that. Diving into deep. Funny the things you miss. But he said when he was young, when he used to look out, all the slates were grey, all the grey slates, they're always wet. And he used to dream about going somewhere, having a family. Going somewhere where the sun was shining. That's what he did. And we all went with him. Back in 1934, he came banging on the backstage door, asking for my hard-earned pay. Then he drank it all away, you know. That's the way it goes. It was come what may. Off we all went to the war. They stole 5 years, so much more, you know. I was a stranger to my wife. This is the story of my life, you know. Slow, slow, quick, quick, slow. Then we were on our way. Out through my window and into the parade.
rooftops and far away. I had a secret, I had a plan. One day I'd be a family man. And on that Butlins holiday, I heard a calling, seems like yesterday. We sailed off to that distant shore. 40 years, maybe more, you know. On and on we go, and then it all fades away. Out through my window and into the grave, over the rooftops and far away. I had a secret, I had a little plan. Now I'm remembered as a family man. Out through my window and into the grave, over the rooftops and far away. I had a secret, I had a plan. One day I'd be a family man. So in 1986, I found myself in Los Angeles. I still had a big record deal. I was living the high life. I thought it would last forever. So far, so good. But I don't know if you've ever been there, but when I was there, it seemed to me that everyone was looking for something. I wasn't sure what it was, but everybody went there with a dream. They were all looking for something. And I had this little groove. I was trying to write songs. I had this little groove going, and all I could think of was going, looking for. Everybody's looking for. That's all I had. Driving around the streets, and I found myself at a rock show, standing up by the mixing desk. I was. I saw Jack Nicholson standing there. I thought, fuck, I can't miss out on this opportunity. So I just walked up to him. I said, "Excuse me, Mr. Nicholson. My name's Colin. Hey, I just want to say I'm a great big fan of yours." And he looked at me and said, "I can't hear you." And I got a bit embarrassed. And I walked into the green room. And I was standing talking to these three girls. Beautiful girls. And the green room door opened and Jack came in. And he made a beeline straight for me and said, "I just want to say I'm a great big fan of yours too." And I felt elated. I felt excited. Because I just met Jack. Jack is cool. And then he walked off. And I was still talking to the girl, but I was distracted. I kept on looking over her shoulder. To the point where she said, "What are you doing, Colin?" I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. You'll have to excuse me. I was just looking for Jack." She says, "Yeah. Everybody's always looking for Jack." I said, "Oh, thank you very much. I need to go and finish something." Everybody's always looking for Jack in the fire and in the water. Everybody's always looking for Jack in the streets and on the corners. I always wanted to be like Jack. He's as cool as they come. I always wanted to be like Jack. Still for me, he's the one. Someday, hear the wind blow through the long grass. I hear laughter in the night. There's no revelation as the years pass. They just disappear from sight. As I grow older, I grow younger. Every day is like a dream. I wouldn't go back for a moment, except for maybe 17. Everybody's always looking for Jack in the fire and in the water. Everybody's always looking for Jack in the streets and on the corners. Yeah, even Jack, he's always looking for Jack. He's always in another room. When I spoke to the woman there, she said he left this afternoon. Thank you very much. All right. I'm going to play a tune. I'm going to brag a wee bit because this is a song. And in about the year 2000, going back quite a ways, I was playing at this club in Hollywood called Largo, where I still play there. And the guy in the door comes running upstairs and he goes, "Paul McCartney's in the room." And I went, "Oh yeah, sure." And the club owner was sitting next to me. He goes, "He is actually." I said, "Is he?" And he said, "Yeah." My first thought was, fuck, what took him so long to get here? I've been playing here for about 10 years, you know, I fully expected him long before that time, you know. But I was kind of extremely excited that he was there. I don't know whether he was just at the club or whether he'd actually come to see me play, but I've built it up over the years in my own head to the point where he definitely came to see me play. So for the purposes of this evening, about 13 years ago, Paul McCartney came to see me play at some club. And I walked downstairs to go on stage. He was just standing next to the kitchen. And he was looking glorious, you know, taller than you'd think. Looking decidedly Beatlesque, stupendous, quite beautiful, you know. And he looked a bit like my Aunt Claire. She's a good-looking woman, don't get me wrong. I don't have an Aunt Claire. I was just making it up. But he was very nice, you know. He spoke to me, he goes, oh, there you are, man, yeah, great, really cool, yeah, great. He goes, I thought, hey, listen, we're a bit jet-lagged, you know. He said, we might have to leave, don't get offended. Thought you were going to go on earlier. And, which I thought was very nice of him. It was when he was first dating Heather Mills, give you an idea how long ago it was. I said, that's okay. I said, listen, stay for 2 songs. He said, okay, great. Which, as you well know, can take a fucking while. I thought, well, if I get him for 2 songs, he'll stay all night. So he did. He stayed all night. And he took this CD home with him, called Going Somewhere. And they wrote to me afterwards, and they said, we really love this CD. And I thought, fuck, that's fantastic, you know. Getting affirmation from the top of the musical food chain. So, I had a bit of an email dalliance over the years. Don't claim to know him very well, but I have hung out with him a few times, got invited to a couple of his shows, and went backstage, and, you know, he came off, and we had a good old chat. You know, it was fantastic. I felt quite privileged. Then they called me up on a Tuesday, and I was out on tour with my band. This is a few years after that, and they said, well, we want to come and see you play on Saturday night. We see you playing at this place called the Canyon Club, which is just outside Los Angeles. I said, great, fantastic. And I told the band, and they were well excited. And so we played the show, and then after we finished the show, we went into this bar, this VIP bar. It was up a level. It was like this bar here, except he was the only one standing at it. It was like some kind of, it was like from that film, The Shining. And he was just standing there by himself. It was like some weird surreal dream sequence. And he goes, hey fellas, yeah, come on over here and have a drink, yeah, really cool show, yeah, every note was a winner. And all the band are going, so we all wandered over. And he held court for about an hour, telling all kinds of stories. It's quite the gentleman. And I found myself standing next to him by myself. Just, you know, and it's a bit confronting to know what to say to a Beatle when you're just standing there. And it was a bit, because I thought to myself, everybody has said everything to this fucking guy about 50,000 times, you know. So it was a bit like just going. So I eventually said to him, what are you doing over here at the moment in Los Angeles? He said, I'm finishing a record, you know. I said, oh, right. I said, it's a bit different these days, isn't it, making records from the old days? He goes, oh, yeah. And then he proceeded to tell me what it was like in the old days. I could have stood there all night. He says, yeah, you know, John used to have a song or two, you know, and I'd have a song. He'd come and pick me up. We get on the bus. We get to the studio on the bus. We get off the bus. Sometimes George hadn't even heard the song. Neither had Ringo. So we just teach him the songs in the studio, you know. Before we go on in, George would cop the chords and Ringo would tap on the table. Then a man with a white coat would come in and say, right lads, you're up. We have to go and record the songs just there and then. A couple before lunch, a couple after. It's fast, you know, really fast. And I said, that is fast. And then there was another kind of pregnant pause in the conversation. And then they said to me, we want to come to your house. I said, do you want to come to my house? And they said, yeah. I said, okay. I said, I'm going away on tour on Thursday. And they said, well, we'll come on Wednesday. I said, okay. I said, do you want me to make you something to eat? And they said, yeah. I said, okay. I said, so you could say you're coming for dinner then? And I said, yeah. I said, okay. So they came on the Wednesday. She came a bit earlier. He came at 8 o'clock as he said he would. And I came up from the studio in my basement. I'm standing looking up the drive and I see this black town car pull up. This guy gets out of the car and starts walking down the drive. Well, all those years of being in the shop, sitting listening to the Beatles and the whole man came flooding back, try to figure out that chord that George was playing on the poster on the wall. And I just had a private moment to myself right there. I just thought, Paul McCartney's walking down my driveway. And he said, oh, there you are, man. Yeah, great, really cool place. Yeah, great. Something like that. I said, come in, mind your step. He said, I never realised you were a jock, you know. He said, I thought you were from Australia, you know. I said, yeah, well, I am from Australia. He said, yeah, I know you are. You wrote that song and all that, you know. But you're a fucking jock, man, you know. That's crazy. Heard you talking about. He's not from Australia, that guy. We talked about all kinds of things, like Diana Dawes and Butlin's holiday camps and Tommy Cooper. All kinds of things that nobody else knew what the fuck we were talking about. And I made them Peruvian rice and Cuban beans and all manner of vegetables because I'm vegetarians. And we sat around the table and we ate dinner and I was a very happy man because I had McCartney for dinner. And then we finished eating and he picked up all the plates and he took the plates into the kitchen, started running all the plates under the tap. I had another private moment to myself right there. I just looked at the kitchen and just thought, Paul McCartney's doing my dishes. Did a crap job too. Talking heavens at best. But he likes this song apparently. It's called Waiting for My Real Life to Begin. It's a new song, this one. It's only 20 years old. Do you want me to wait for you to come back? When she comes back, let's all hide. Yeah, this is called Waiting for My Real Life to Begin. A lot of people, they write to me and they say, Mr. Hay, we're getting married on the weekend and we're going to walk down the aisle to your song, Waiting for My Real Life to Begin. It always strikes me as a bit of a strange choice. Each to his own, I suppose. Often feel like Colin a few years into marriage and say, how did that fucking song work out for you? Lawrence Krauss is a famous cosmologist, and I'm reading a book that he wrote at the moment called A Universe from Nothing. It's a fantastic book. It's quite, it's quite difficult. I find it quite hard, I'm enjoying it very much, but it's one of those books you have to read each page about 4 times because it's quite complicated. Well, it is for me anyway. But, it's fantastic, and he talks about the fact that you can look back in time through through the telescopes, to the Big Bang and beyond the Big Bang. And he's saying, well, beyond the Big Bang, before the Big Bang, it was just nothing. But within that nothing, there was something. So too, in marriage, ladies and gentlemen, if you're sitting with your wife, and she goes a bit quiet, and you say, "What's wrong, my love?" And she says nothing. Rest assured. It's a good book though, you should read it. It talks about dark matter. Nothing fucking happened while you were reading it. He talks about dark matter. I just fucking love dark matter, you know. Like just a few years ago they discovered that the universe is mostly made up of dark matter, you know. Fucking amazing dark matter particles everywhere. Which Lawrence points out in his book are a bit like fucking Belgians. Like, you know they exist, you've just never fucking met them. Any minute now, the ship is coming in. I keep checking the horizon. I stand on the bow. I feel the waves come crashing down, down, down on me. And you say, "Be still, my love. Open up your heart. Let the light shine in. Don't you understand? I already have a plan. I'm waiting for my real life to begin." When I woke today, suddenly nothing happened. But in my dreams, I slew the dragon and down this beaten path, up this cobbled lane. I'm walking in my own footsteps once again. And you say, "Just be here now. Forget about the past. Your mask is wearing thin. Just let me throw one more dice. I know that I can win. I'm waiting for my real life to begin." Any minute now, a ship is coming in. I keep checking the horizon, and I check my machine, sure to be that cold.
take off my jacket. Most of the time it's the fucking boys that go, "Whoa." Some men do get man crushes on me, you know? I don't fucking care, I'll take it for whatever it is. I was taking pictures after a show one night. He was signing CDs, and there was a guy standing next to me, and his wife was taking a picture. And I just got the impression that he liked me quite a lot, you know. So, in fact, I turned round to him and I said, "You really quite like me, don't you?" His wife said, "You have no idea." These are called Maton guitars. They're from Australia, Melbourne, called Maton. There's a guy in New Jersey a couple of years ago said, "Mr. Hey, he's one of those confident fools, you know, you can just kind of tell. Every family's got one. You only ever see them at Christmas time, you know. You think, here he comes again. Uncle Dan, or something his name is." He said, "Mr. Hay, I love your Maton guitar." I said, "Actually, it's pronounced Maton." And he went, "Oh, no." "I think you'll find it's Maton." I loved him straight away. So, as I said before, I never got to say goodbye to the old man. I mean, everyone has tragedy in their life, you know. Everybody. I had none. Just until that happened, it was like, you know, that was the first head-on collision with tragedy. Before that, I really had no personal tragedy at all. Really. So I wrote this wee instrumental song for him because he was a very romantic character now, man. He looked like David Niven, and he did. Vanity, I think, is the last thing to go to with some people. And I remember he was about 86 years old, and I just saw him going past the mirror, you know, and I heard him going, "Whoa." I said, "What are you? What's wrong?" He goes, "Oh, nothing." He says, I was just amazed at how good I look." It's called Goodnight, Romeo.
woke up this morning calling out your name. More things changed and more they stay the same, like dodging rocks in the pouring rain. Are you doing well? 'Cause baby, from this distance it's hard to tell. Oh no, did you let it go? 'Cause I can't stop my mind from doing prison time. Someone left, someone blamed, stuck in the middle of a hurricane. The more I lost seemed like the more I gained, but still I have to ask you to explain. Did you take a chance? Did you stay a victim of circumstance? Oh no. Did you let it go? 'Cause I can't stop my mind from doing prison time. Black, nothing's white. I hear echoes of your footsteps in the dead of night. No one is wrong, no one's right. I'm in the ring but I don't wanna fight. Are you doing well? 'Cause baby, from this distance it's hard to tell. Oh no, did you let it go? 'Cause I can't stop my mind doing prison time. This next song is the closest thing that I've had to a hit for many years, since the 80s. And it was in a movie in 2006 called Garden State. It was written by this young boy, Zach Braff, who was in Scrubs. I knew him before he was in Scrubs, when he was a barman. And I think he was a barman. Anyway, I saw him at this party one night, because we have a mutual friend, and he said to me, "We've got this gig in this television show." I said, "Good man." He said, "I'm going to be the star." I said, "Fucking more power to you." He said, "I'll take your CDs in there and see if I can get some of them played on the show." I said, "Fuck, you do that very thing." And that's what he did. And he brought the guy that created the show down to see one of my gigs, and he liked the show. And afterwards he said, "You know, these songs are good." He says, "These new songs," he says, "I've never heard them before." He said, "Why are they not on the radio?" I said, "That's a fucking good question." He said, "I'm going to use a bunch of your songs in my television show and see if it makes a difference." So that's what he did. And I'll be forever indebted to him for doing that. Well, not forever. Anyway, this was on the Garden State soundtrack, this one. And went platinum, the soundtrack. And that's a lot of people, that's like 1 million people plus went out and bought the CD. And the song originally was on an album of mine called Transcendental Highway that did not go fucking platinum. I think it reached mahogany status. It's a fine wood, but it's not platinum. The good thing about having a song on a platinum selling CD is you get money in the mail. Nothing better than that. Except when you go to the doctor and you have one of those colonoscopy things. You come out of the twilight and the doctor says to you, your bum's okay. That's a fucking good day right there. You're getting money in the mail, that comes a close second. It's no good getting money in the mail if your bum's not okay. Some people don't care about their bum. Not me. It coincided too with renovating my kitchen, you know, getting a bit of money in there. That's handy. Just for your own interest, I mean, you know, if you have a song, any of you good people, on a platinum selling CD, don't think you can fucking retire. If you run out of money, you have to come home, you know, embarrassed for your friends. But if you are, for example, thinking of renovating your kitchen, you've got a song on a platinum selling CD, fucking go right ahead. And I was standing just in the living room where the contractor was there when I was going through the mail. And he's going, well, what do you want to do, Mr. Hay? You want to go with the real granite or the fake granite? I'm going, well, what, the fake granite's pretty good, isn't it? He's going, oh, it's good, you know. I said, but he says, the real granite's, you know, it's real granite, you know. And I'm fucking flicking through the mail and I see this envelope from Sony Music and I just open up and I go, fuck, let's go with the real granite. I'm glad I chose a night too to play for you, the Saturday night where you two are not playing, you know, the same night. I don't like playing the same night as you two because we tend to pull each other's audience, you know. I'd like to have been, you know, in the room when the Edge's mother told the Edge's grandmother he was changing his name to the Edge. his fucking grandmother going, what? He said, what? He's changed his name to what? The Edge. He's changed his name to the Edge. The Edge of what? Silly little fucker. I'll give him the edge of the back of my hand. I often wonder, you know, the Edge's wife, and I think, oh, where she's going with us, she goes, oh, the Edge. Oh, the Edge. I don't fucking care, that amuses me. The Edge. Take me to the edge. This has got the word coffee in it too, in the first line. I like coffee, it's the one addiction that I still let myself allow myself on a daily basis. And it's good having really good coffee in the morning because I get ideas. I fucking do nothing about them. But I still get the ideas, you know. I sit with coffee and I go, fuck, that's a good idea. And then I just do nothing, you know. Apparently Leonardo da Vinci used to like a coffee in the morning as well. But he got the ideas and he fucking did something about it. And all we used to think about Leonardo sitting there, you know, all those centuries ago with a few of his Italian pals, you know, just knocking back a wee espresso in the morning and he's going, looking around him and going, is it just me or is everybody else around here a fucking idiot? I'm afraid you're right, Leo. You're the smart one, man. So this is called I Just Don't Think I'll Ever Get Over You. reality is that you do, don't you? I mean, not people you've lived with for a long time. I mean, you know, not in the case of, like, my mother and father were married for 60 odd years, and on the 65th wedding anniversary, I called up my old man and I said, "Happy anniversary, Dad." He says, "Oh, thanks very much." He says, "Actually, your mother and I think we're getting divorced." I said, "Really?" He says, "Yes." He says, "Yeah, you know," he says, "it's just not working out." I'm not talking about that, you know, like an old long-term thing, but if you've got a relationship with somebody, you know, and you break up, you do get over them, you know. It takes a while. One day you just wake up and you feel pretty good. Not in the song, though. In the song, you're fucking wallowing forever. That's the way you like it. I drink good coffee every morning. It comes from a place that's far away. When I'm done, I feel like talking. Without you here, there is less to say. I don't want you thinking I'm unhappy. What is closer to the truth? But if I lived till I was 102, I just don't think I'll ever get over you. I'm no longer moved to drink strong whiskey, and I shoot the hand of time, and I knew that if I lived till I could no longer climb my stairs, I just don't think I'll ever get over you. Your face, it dances and it haunts me. Your laughter is still ringing in my ears. I still find pieces of the present here. Even after all these years, but I don't want you thinking that I don't get asked to dinner, 'cause I'm here to say that I sometimes
soon feel the touch of love. Just don't think I'll ever get over you. Now if I live till I was 102, I just don't think I'll ever get over you. This is the most famous tune that I've ever been involved with, this one. I've played it all over the world, and for the last 30 odd years. Mainly to audiences like this, you know, but I mean, sometimes I get invited to go and play in Sydney, for example, where they want something. They want an iconic song, sung by what they call an icon, an iconic singer. I fit into that category. I'm that vintage, you know, icon now, you know. And you go down and you sing with all these other people who are also icons, and you kind of say hello to them and haven't seen them for years, and there's probably about 6 or 7 of them. And I did one in Sydney a couple of years ago for the Lions Club. And they're nice people, you know, they're just getting on, maybe in their 70s. It's like 8,000 of them, so it's like a massive world, you know, convention of Lions Club people. And they go, okay, get that guy down there and fucking drag him out and get him to sing a couple of songs. And it's nice because you pay to go down to Sydney and all that stuff and sing a couple of songs. And they said to me this last time, they said, well, yes, Mr. Hay, come down and sing Who Can It Be Now and Down Under. That'll be about it, just those two would be fine. I said, okay, great. You know, they'd say, well paid for it, and I thought, that's terrific. And then they said to me, just as the last thing at the end of the conversation, they said, oh, by the way, just one thing. And I said, what's that? They said, at the end of the night, you have to come back on with everybody else and dance and sing to this choreographed dance sequence and sing to the song Celebrate by Colin again. I said, I'm not fucking doing it. I said, I'll give you another 20 grand. I said, yeah, okay. Every man has his price, and probably that's not. So, okay. And I did this song, I was in Ringo's band too, for a couple of tours, 2003 and 2008, and I could do a television with him, this television thing with him as well, and that was very exciting to get to play with him. And you know, sometimes he would come into my dressing room, because he was bored in his dressing room,
And I had a new wardrobe case that my wife had got, had specially made for me for this tour. It was a nice, put all your clothes. It's fucking magic doing that. Because on a tour like that, you get to take a wardrobe case. That's fantastic. Somebody comes and picks it up, put all your clothes in it, and then somebody comes to pick it up. The next time you see it is the first day of rehearsal. Oh, brilliant. Just open up and go, there's all your clothes, magic. When he came into my room, went into my dressing room one day, and he was just standing there, and he goes, "Hey, what's going on in here?" I says, "Oh, nothing much." And he goes, "Got a new wardrobe case?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "That's nice, that one. Can I look in there?" I said, "Sure." So he looked in there and he goes, "Yeah, that's a nice coat, that. You never wear that." "Wear that?" "Okay." So, on the odd occasion, I was dressed by Ringo. Which was very nice, And then he would just stand there and he would just say, "Tell us a story." "Me tell you a story." "You've got the stories." "Yeah, but I know all my stories." Here you go on stage and you go, "Right, Colin, play that song about that place you're not from." If you've never been down there though, it's truly awesome in the true sense of the word. That big land. When I first went there, people would say to me, "What are you doing Friday night, Colin?" I go, "Nothing." They go, "You want to come to a party?" I go, "Yeah, okay." Somebody would come and pick you up. You'd drive for about 45 minutes. I thought I'd been fucking kidnapped. You don't drive anywhere in Scotland for 45 minutes unless you go to your holidays. Things were so different there. The accents were different. I'm from Saltcoats, Saltcoats to Melbourne, and the accents were really different. Oh, you had to really never speak like an Australian bloke and all that stuff. And you'd go surfing when we went to Melbourne, It was very different as well. And your friend's mother would drive you down to surf. And you fancied your friend's mother. She was hot. That was also very different, because you never fucking fancied Traveling in a fire combi on a hippie trailhead full of zombies. I met a strange lady, she made me nervous. She took me in and gave me breakfast. She said, "Do you come from a land down under? The women blow and then plunder. Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover." Buying bread from a man in Brussels. He was 6'4", full of muscle. I said, "Do you speak my language, brother?" He just smiled and gave me a Vegemite sandwich. He said, "I come from a land down under, where pillars flow and men shunder. Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover." not a lot to say. I said to my man, are you trying to tempt me? Because I come from the land of plenty. He said, oh, do you come from a land down under? Oh yeah, yeah. Women glow and men plunder. Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, yeah, better take cover. As we are living a land down under. Oh yeah. Women glow, men they plunder. Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better run, you better run, better run, you better run, you better run, you better run, you better run. Living in the land down under. Women go and men they plunder. Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. We are living in a land down under. The women glow, the men plunder. Can't you hear the thunder? You better run, yeah. You better take cover. This is your bit. Goes like this. Are you looking at me? 2, 3, 4. Are you looking at me? A little like, more like a choir. Less like a football crowd. I'm sure you can make it sound so beautiful. 3, 4. Are you looking at me? Well, I love the Lone Ranger. I love that Dennis Law. Him and George Best. Should knew how to kick a ball. I wanted to be a cowboy, learn to crack a whip. Stand up in that lonely street, 2 6 guns on my head. Along the mighty Beatles came, and everyone went up. They could play and sing and everything. And of course that John, he could draw. Well, that was it for me. I never once looked back. The tricks to learn and ways to catch. I had a plan of attack. 2, 3, 4. Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? You looking at me, pal? I'm headed south. The surf come crashing in. From black and white to colour, from innocence to sin. It was summer in December, blowing heat waves in my mind. People talking funny, some cruel and some were kind. From the crackle of the cane to the frown of a big black snake, from the breakers at Bondi down to Walliga Lake, from the sound of a million fly screen doors closing on the past, like that chimney the fires couldn't burn. I was built to last. 3, 4. Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me, pal? I flew across the ocean. Was number 1. People gave me everything. And I didn't need a gun. Walking down that avenue, I never felt so alive. People calling out my name, and I'd only just arrived. There was a tightrope walking bagpiper in the middle of Central Park. Steam was rising from the ground. I wore my cape out after that.
had myself a moment, my day out in the sun. It's an unfinished story. It's more than just begun. And I know more than one thing, but not more than two or three. And I'll tell you if you'll listen, and I'll tell you for free. It's no life being a cowboy and eating all them beans. The coffee's cold and the herd is gone and all you've got's your dreams. You can always put your spurs back on, but save them for Halloween. You're better off heading north, or somewhere you've never been. Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me, pal? Are you looking at me? Me? Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me? Are you looking at me, pal? I need to get off the stage. I'm getting to work. So I've got one more tune. Do one more tune. Do one more. It doesn't go on so much between tunes, you can get a few more rounds. Hey, thanks very much for coming down, alright? When I played at the Apollo with Men at Work, it was one of the best shows we ever did, and I thought, I'll remember that for a long time. And I'll remember this one for a long time too. Thank you very much indeed. Think about the implication of diving into deep, and possibly the complication, especially at night. I worry over situations. I know we'll be alright. Perhaps it's just imagination. Day after day, it reappears. Night after night, my heartbeat shows the fear. Goes to appear and fade away. Along between the sheets only brings exasperation. It's time to walk the streets, smell the desperation. At least there's pretty lights, and though there's little variation, it nullifies the night from overkill. Day after day, it reappears. Night after night, my heartbeat shows the fear. Goes to appear and fade away. Come back another day. says that. I'll be alright. It's just overkill. Day after day, we appear.